Hey y'all, it's me, the Nosy Goddess, and we are getting into the business of Tory Lanez's father, Sonstar Peterson, who is speaking out on behalf of his son Tory, who was recently jabbed up in prison and was hospitalized because of it. I'm sure you know that Tory was stabbed 14 times, including 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, and 2 to the back of his head, and 1 to the left side of his face. Both of his lungs collapsed, and he was placed on breathing apparatus. He is now breathing on his own, they say. Despite being in pain, he is talking normally, in good spirits, and deeply thankful to God that he is pulling through. He also wants to thank everyone for their continued prayers and support. Um, Now, since this happened, his father has spoken out to give us the update on his condition. Let's check it out.
My understanding is it's gotten bad enough for him on the inside after this stabbing that it is a miracle that he survived, that now he's being moved as we speak. Is that true, sir? And what does that mean to you?
Yes, that is correct. It's one of the things we've been concerned about, but he's being moved because it's a part of the prison's protocol. That when a situation like this happens, I think they believe it's better for him to be in another facility, and so he is being moved as we speak. And we have concerns because, number one, he has just been discharged not many days ago from the hospital. And he was discharged with 14 stab wounds, an incident that collapsed his lungs that, again, thankfully, he is recovering. He's doing well.
My understanding is it's gotten bad enough for him on the inside after.
Now, as you heard, his father said they're going to move him to another facility. He said that, there are definitely now extreme safety concerns for Tory, and it could be why just seemingly a day after the incident, his team put together a press conference where there are attorneys and even political advocates who are, trying to get a meeting with Governor Newsom to get a pardon for Tory. They're saying that his incarceration is unjust because there has been new evidence that has come to light, apparently. They say Kelsey Harris, Megan's ex-best friend, who was there the night of the incident that took place with the shooting, that her bodyguard overheard Kelsey admitting to the shooting after the fact. So and apparently he has submitted an affidavit to this. They also say they have Ring doorbell footage that will prove that he did not pow the gun. So not sure if any of that is true. I don't think it is, to be honest. I was at the trial. I didn't doubt any of that evidence, but that's what they're saying. This is what's going on. Now I'm going to play just one of the theories of what happened to Tory that I saw on Instagram. It's just one of a couple of things that I've seen, but I just thought it was interesting. Let's check it out.
Call from
Ephraim Byers.
an incarcerated individual at the California Correctional Institution, Tehachapi, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now.
All right, you hear me? So look, this is what really happened, right? So basically, we wake up early in the morning, right, for prayer line. Damn, my door opens, right? And I walk out, and the homie's right there standing there, and he calls me over, and he's like, Savage, come here. And I'm like, what's up? And he's like, bro, I'm about to get this nigga. And I was like, who? He's like, Tory. I was like, for what? And he's like, this boy keeps on talking shit. And I already told him, I don't play like that, bro. I'm going to get you if you don't stop talking shit. So then I was like, all right, don't trip. I'm right here. So then all of a sudden, that fool's door opens, that fool comes out. And then that fool runs up on him, and that fool starts stabbing that fool. But you can just tell that fool got his lungs punctured because when he was laying on the ground, he's right there yelling, help, please, stop, help. and you can just hear him breathing like, you see him popping up blood and some more shit. But it's just crazy, all these little stories going around that aren't even true, talking about there's going to be retaliation and some more shit, because if there was retaliation, it would have happened right there, you know what I'm saying? One of the blacks did try to hop up, and I told him, bro, you better sit down, bro, because if you hop up and get involved, you all know all the messages are going to jump, and it's going to be bad for you, bro. And you don't owe no money. How does a millionaire owe money in prison? That's bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And there was no visits that day, so how the fuck is there going to be some shit visit? I mean, I don't know if that shit really happened, but I know that day, the homie didn't tell me nothing about this boy talking to my bitch, or he got in my bitch at visits, none of that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what really happened. You feel me? I was right there. I'm a porter. I had to clean up his blood right there, mopping up all that fool's blood. I thought that fool died, but I guess not. But it's just crazy, all the little crazy ass stories that are going around that aren't even true. But that's really what happened from someone that was right there, seeing the whole shit, watched it happen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Again, not sure if this guy's story is true. I don't know if you were actually able to hear that. I know the volume was a little low, but basically he was saying he's a trustee in the prison, and somebody that he knew of came out of his cell and let him know he was about to attack Tory, and he sounded like he gave him the weapon. That's what it sounded like he's an accomplice. So nevertheless, he described the jabbing and talked about how he could tell something happened to his lungs because he couldn't breathe. So it is definitely a miracle that Tory is alive at this moment. I'm surprised there hasn't been more statements coming from him personally. Even though he is locked up, he has people who speak on his behalf all the time. So with that being said, I just wanted to share his father's update on his health and well-being. You know, there's a lot going on with this, but that's the gist of it. That's all I got. All right, y'all. Till next time. Bye.